The idea that there's a path and a fruition, that's a lot of different traditional schools talk about that. I know, for example, if I'm not mistaken, the Sayadaw school, for example, has something similar to a path and fruition, entry into the path and fruition of each stage of awakening. And it's not as explicit in the suttas, although I haven't found it, it could be there. But there is also a gradual path in the way that someone trains. But the ultimate awakening is arahatship. And so, as I was saying before, there is the instance, the example of Sariputta, who was listening to the Buddha while he was giving a discourse on the impersonal nature of feeling, on how feeling arises and how to perceive feeling when it arises from an impersonal standpoint in the context of dependent origination.
Yes.
And by listening to him, he then attained arhatship. In the same manner, there's also a man called Bahaya. There's a very short sutta called Bahaya Sutta, in which the Buddha basically gives him a very short understanding of how to have the cessation of suffering, in being able to see not self in everything that arises. And by understanding, he then attained arahatship.
Right.
Likewise, when Ananda, the Buddha's cousin, and his attendant, first counsel, he needed to attain arahatship. And the understanding is that he reflected on the Buddha's words, meditated, and then fell asleep. And before his head hit the pillow, is what the understanding is, that he attained arahatship.
Yeah.
So there's different circumstances in which one may enter a path. The same with stream entry. If you're able to analyze deeply enough, then you can. So having said that, when you do have an experience like the cessation experience that you probably have experienced and many others through the twin practice, you notice a change. You notice, first of all, the experience itself is just quite overwhelming. It creates a lot of energy in the body and in the mind. And there is a shift in visual perception, in color perception, and you see a lot of things much clearer, for example. But the thing is, you have to be your own judge. You would require a Buddha to be able to tell you for a fact that you are an arahat or an anagami or sotapanna or whatever it might be, to see over the matter of a few weeks to months how the personality has changed, respond to situations, and in those responses or those reactions, you are then able to know whether a fetter has been destroyed, weakened, or is still present.
Right, right.